So today we're doing the Alfredo sauce with the zucchini spaghetti, right? So what I've done is I've sort of prepped a little bit ahead of time. So you really can put whatever kind of protein in here that you want. You can put chicken, you can put pork, you can put prawns. If you do prawns, you want to do them to the end. You don't want to do them in the very beginning. You can do crab, a can of crab. I've done ground turkey with this before. I've done ground beef. Mix it up. Leftover chicken, I just throw in whatever, okay? So I prep it in here. I've got some garlic in here. I have some onion flakes. You can actually chop and put a whole onion in there, but sometimes I get lazy. It's just easier to throw some of this in there like that. So you put some of this in. I use real butter, but for those people that want to use a little bit less dairy stuff, it's totally fine. You can use coconut oil. You can use coconut butter. There's lots of different choices. And if you happen to be fortunate enough to live in the States, you can do the coconut spread. We don't have that here. Boy, I wish we did. Then you just put some pepper, some of the pink Himalayan salt, stir it all up. Now, here's where I add in stuff. So I will add in mushrooms as well. I like my mushrooms. I put them in, let them saute for a little bit, not too much. So now what else you add in there is you add some cream cheese. So we're adding some cream cheese. We're gonna add a little bit of chicken broth and then whipping cream full fat. Okay, this is where we're getting the higher fat recipe. So I don't have a huge amount of protein in there. I don't have a huge amount of vegetables, all right? I'm gonna turn it up a little bit. So I put in a few tablespoons of this. I'm not a big measure. I just basically eyeball everything. That's how I've cooked my whole life. And in fact, when people ask me stuff, I have to stop and go, I'm not sure. I have to look and see because I just kind of dump and pour. That's how I've always been. So I guess if I were to say it, it would be probably 3/4 of a cup. So here's something for you guys to see. This is the chicken broth I made before. Remember my recipe? See how it's got a whole layer of fat around the top? See how it's goopy like I said? This is what I'm talking about. This is the good fat. So that I put a little bit of chicken stock in here as well. Once again, just kind of eyeball it. I would probably say if I had to guess, I'd say about a half a cup. I can just let that cook. And then I'm going to show you the really cool thing, which is the zucchini. How we make it look. And seriously, when you make this for your kids, they are actually going to be thinking, if you want to be really fussy and peel the zucchini, then it really doesn't look like you're even having zucchini. So you can do it that way if you want, or you can leave the green on. I just use the green on because I'm kind of lazy when it comes to stuff. Okay, so how it works is, this little machine I have, I love it. I got it at Showcase because we travel so much and I wanted to be able to take it with me. You can buy bigger ones and they're really great. You can buy them at their Starfruit brand. There's lots of different brands. This one doesn't work if you have a big, huge one from the garden. If you have it from the garden, that will work, but this one works. So all you do is you just chop off the end, and you have 2 gauges. There's a thick and a thin, and when you buy the big Starfruit one, there's like 4 or 5 different options. This one, I like to do a thicker version. I don't like the thin. So I literally just put it in here, and I turn. And you'll begin to see it come out. It's super fast and easy. Now, the only thing you have to be careful of is as you get close to the end, you don't want your fingers to get close to those sharp blades. So what I do is as I get close, I actually usually let my husband do it, but if he's not here, then I do it. And as I get closer, I grab a fork and I stick it in. And that allows me to turn and to have it come out. So the lid on that top part is creating something kind of unique. So you'll see when I take it off. So this is just one, as you see, small zucchini. I get these zucchinis, I really like them. I buy them at Costco, obviously, and they're organic, so I really like that. And they're the perfect little size. And I go through quite a bit, so I like to buy more than just 1 or 2. I buy quite a few. So what's really cool is when you open up the back, you see all these little spirals. So then that would go into here. And so you would do, usually if it's for my husband and I would do, depending on the size of the zucchini, I would do 3 to 4 of them, depending on how many there are of you. And then you just put that in like this. So if I were doing shrimp, I wouldn't be putting the shrimp in yet. I would wait until most of this gets cooked and it's in its simmering phase, and then I would add the shrimps at the end. And so when you put this all together and you let it sit and you let it simmer for a while, oh my goodness, it's so good. It's amazing. So that's one. I will put one more in. All right, actually, I'm not going to take you guys all the way through this because everyone hates it when it's super long. And I just wanted to really just convey, make sure I'm not thick, convey sort of what it looks like and what it's done by in the very end. And how fast this is. Because I'm not a big proponent of things taking a long time. I don't like that. So I just popped off one. You see one flying out because I didn't have the lid on, and I got another one. It's very cool. And you can use this for other things as well. Some people do it with carrots. Some people do it with cucumber and stuff like that. I mostly use it for zucchini. That's pretty much 90% of the time what I use it for. Now, I have been asked, is it okay to use, those Alfredo sauces you can buy, at Costco and stuff like that? Not really. You can, but they're not great. If you really are pushed for time, you could do one and then add extra cream cheese and whipping cream in yourself to make it a bit better, because there's also a lot of crap and chemicals that get put in there, and I'm not crazy about that. So I prefer to make my stuff as much as I can from fresh. So there's another one added in. And then the last ingredient, so it would be one more in here, sauteing away, everything's starting to cook up nicely. And if you want it to be creamier and saucier, you could add more whipping cream. You can really play around with this recipe, it's awesome for that. And then the last thing you do, Parmesan cheese. Throw on some Parmesan cheese, and voila, you have whichever kind of protein Alfredo sauce with zucchini that you can get. In fact, I was going to mention to you guys as well, I had actually, one day I was going to the dollar store, I was surprised they actually had one of these. So I picked it up just to see how well it worked and if it wasn't very good. And it actually worked. It wasn't as good as this, but it was pretty good for a couple bucks. So I always like, as I said, to have one when I'm traveling. It makes it really great. And this is what it would be, and I would let it sit. You can actually let it sit as long as you like. It just makes the noodles just a little bit more sort of saucy. The other thing too is some people don't like their noodles really long expired, especially if you have kids. I don't recommend that. So you can take them before you throw them in there and chop them up so that they're smaller segments. Because you'll find that if you have little kids, it makes more of a mess and splatters. All right? Take care. Bye-bye.